Hello everyone. In this video, I'm going to talk briefly about the Odyssey Section 4 here. So now Menelaus is talking to Telemachus about his experience with Odyssey during the Trojan War continuously. So Menelaus says, I have traveled much and have had much to do with the heroes, but I have never seen such another man as Ulysses. So Menelaus is talking to Telemachus and explains his opinion about Odyssey, how Menelaus believed that Ulysses was a great and brave person. So Menelaus traveled so many different countries. He is a very experienced man, and he is experienced with other many heroes here. But among all these great heroes, Menelaus says that Ulysses is such a greatest hero ever, because he never seen such another man as Ulysses here. And also Menelaus continue praise Odysseus wisdom and strategy during the Trojan War here. What endurance too, and what courage he displayed within the wooden horse, wherein all the brave of Argives were lying in wait. So Odysseus is a true hero because not only he is brave, but also Odysseus also has endurance, and also Odysseus has a courage. So endurance and courage are the two virtues that heroes need to have. So while the Greek soldiers, the Argives means Greek soldiers, when they are waiting in the wooden horse in the Trojan War, Odysseus displayed his endurance and courage among his fellow Greek soldiers here, according to the Menelaus. So again, this explains what kind of great hero Odysseus was. And 3 times did you go all around in hiding place and pet it. You called our chiefs each by his own name and mimicked all our wives. So this scene, Menelaus is explaining about the Trojan War here, and also Menelaus is explaining about Helen. He is talking to Helen. 3 times did you go around our hiding place. You refer to Helen here. Menelaus says, Helen, during the Trojan War, Trojan horse, you come near to Trojan horse, and you touched, Helen, you touched Trojan horse, and you walked around this Trojan horse 3 times, and you call out our chiefs each by his own name. So you mimicked, Helen mimicked the voice of Greek soldiers, and she tried to tempt the Greek soldiers inside the horse and try to bring these soldiers out of this horse, and imitated all the voice of Greek soldiers' wives. And a student asked me a question, why? Why Helen mimicked and tried to seduce all these Greek soldiers out of Troy, although Helen belonged to the Greek side here. So as I told you before in the classroom, in this Greek mythology, there are many gods. So some gods support Troy, other gods support Greek. So at this moment, God, who is supporting Trojan side, the god manipulated Helen. So Helen is doing whatever this god is manipulating. So she is briefly, temporarily, Helen is behaving for Trojan against Greeks, because she is now being manipulated by other god here. That's why Helen mimicked the voice of Greek soldiers and tried to make temptation to Greek soldiers here. However, fortunately, Ulysses held us all in check, so we sat quiet still. Again, Menelaus is explaining the situation inside the Trojan horse when Helen was trying to seduce all these Greek soldiers. Ulysses stopped everybody. Ulysses knew that it was something strange. It was not nature. So he stopped everybody, and all the Greek soldiers sit quietly inside Trojan horse and wait. Here. So again, in this scene, it displays the strategy and wisdom of Odysseus here. And I have come, sir, to see if you can tell me anything about father. Now, Telemachus is explaining to Menelaus why he comes to visit Menelaus. And Telemachus basically came to Menelaus to find out what happened to his father. So Telemachus is asking if Menelaus can tell something about his own father here. So now in this scene, Telemachus, this entire journey, this entire Odysseus could be portrayed as a journey of Telemachus of finding his own father, becoming an adult. From a boy, he's now becoming an adult here. And also, of course, Odysseus is a story of Odysseus of coming home. But at the same time, it could be a story of Telemachus becoming a man and finding his own father. And Telemachus explains his situation back home to Menelaus. So I am being eaten out of house and home, my fair estate is being wasted, and my house is full of miscreants. So as you guys already have guessed, Telemachus is explaining his own house in Greece. So his own house is being eaten by so many eaters here. And his house is getting wasted and destroyed because of this miscreant, because of these troublemakers, many suitors who came to Telemachus' houses. So this coward would usurp a brave man's bed. So usurp means take away. So Menelaus is asking this question to Telemachus upon listening to what happened to Odysseus' house. While Odysseus is away, he is quite mad, and Menelaus is asking question to Telemachus. So you are saying these coward suitors, they come to your house and they are taking away the brave man's Odysseus' house? Menelaus asks. So there is an old immortal who live under the sea hereabout, and whose name is Proteus. So here in this scene, Menelaus explains to Telemachus why it took so long time for Menelaus to come home after Trojan War, because he was kept in island, and maybe because some god is not happy about a Menelaus offering, Menelaus hecatombs, so they kept Menelaus in one island. So when Menelaus was trying to come home, he heard a story that there is an old immortal, there is an old god who lives under the sea, and his god's name is Proteus, and he knows everything about the under the sea situation. So Menelaus heard if he talked to Proteus, somehow Menelaus could find out how to get back his house, how to get back home here. So Menelaus is explaining his situation to Telemachus here. So in this section 4, Menelaus continued talking to Telemachus about his memory about Odysseus and why it took so long time to come home here. Okay, so I hope this video helps you to review the material. Okay, thank you for watching.